we cut into the wood, it's a good idea to have a little think about how things are going to work. Here's the tree with the leaves, and this bit of the carving here, this is all high spot. So this is wood we'll keep at this height. And from here, it'll drop right down and square into the backboard. Here with the banner, that's going to be tilted at this angle, but also drop down. So of course I'm going to lose my drawing immediately. And then all this is rounded over and lower down than the tree. So there's a high spot here at the middle of the banner and here, and everything else is a bit lower. When we cut down here on this corner, we're going to remove all this paper straight away. So this, because this line is quite important, what we need to do is make sure that this corner here is nice and tidy, this little line here, because we can then move it across, we can take a reference across to the corner at the other side. So do that first, make sure these corners are correct, and then we can start onto the carving. The grain on this corner here goes in this direction, so it's weak across the grain in this direction. If I was to just cut straight down like this, the chances are I would knock this off because there's nothing supporting it here. So you need to work into the grain like this, into the mass to support it. We're going to take this bit down to somewhere about there, which is about 1/4 of an inch, 5 millimeters, something like that, straight down. So this whole corner is going to come away across here. So the best way to do it is to start with a little vertical stab here, not too strong, or else you'll again wedge this off, and then a little cut, so, and back here, and just start working some of this down like that. Until you get to a line. Something like that for the moment. Don't worry too much about this face, we're going to clean that up. So do this on both sides, and then we'll go into the next stage. From the high spot here, I'm going to curve this banner over and take this bit of the hill with me. Now again, if I just push like this, there's nothing supporting it. So what I want to do is slice the cut like this. So I'm actually going with the grain even as I go across it. So still using a chisel, from here particularly, slicing downhill, taking this little corner with me. At the same time, this is coming down like so. So this is coming right down to the back. So we'll probably have to take this bit down a little bit further eventually. So run that over like that. The high spot is still here. So really just chamfering this all off. Take some of this off as well here. So do this on both sides, and then we'll be able to put this line back in. So I've used a bit of masking tape here to give me an edge from this corner, which we set in, along along here. It doesn't have to be too accurate, it is after all a banner. So there's our line again. Now I'm going to separate this from the banner from the earth and the roots of the tree with a V-tool. Tilt it away so I get a bit of a strong corner this face, more sloped way that way, and onto the waist side of the line you come down here. So this now is lining in the banner, and eventually we will trim that up with a chisel. So while you've got the V-tool, you can just separate off a bit of the tree like so to help you, like this. And then we can start taking some of this tree down here. So from this here is below the banner, go round over there. You can repeat this process with the V-tool and lower this a little bit and pull that right round here. So come over so that this edge is coming down vertically like so. And don't worry about cutting into the backing board. You can go straight, in fact it's a good idea to go straight through into that. So there's the shape of the tree, and you can cut in here. Take some out there. And work, of course, on the other side like this, gradually getting these branches a bit lower so that the tree seems fuller. These can be quite far back eventually. Now, this, just going back to this line here, I'm not happy with what's going on here. I did make a little clay model, so I'm not too sure, but I think what's going to happen is this can come down a little bit lower, but turn like this, so that this top edge actually twists. Do you see? So from here, as it drops down, it's twisting like that. Let's leave it like that for the moment. So the banner does a turn on both sides. Again, you can put that in a little clearer there. So leave the banner fairly crude like this. You've got the edge top here sorted. Come to this side, the opposite side, and match the banner. And then picking your tools, start rounding these over so everything is coming down to the background on both sides. So we've got the base of the tree and the banner roughly in position. Leave this complicated bit in the middle for the moment. There's our high spot, and everything from here is going to be rounded over, keeping the tree quite round, quite full. So again, we can use a big tool, a flat gouge or a chisel, and we can just start taking off some of these corners. So again, this is fairly crude because we're going to refine the surface a little bit, but I'm coming right over and down. Right over and down into the backing board here. Now where you've got like little folds of the tree, little sort of bunches of leaves, we've got to give this some sort of shape. We can't have it flat, so what we want to do is to start cutting in here a little bit. So some of this shape, or here. So this is really like a sort of children's cloud with sort of bits here and bits there. Fairly nebulous sort of shape on which we're going to put the leaves. So don't worry about it being too crude. We can keep this surface undulating a little bit like down here. Round here like this. So work your way all around the edge of the tree like this. So you've got the outside sorted with some sort of undulating masses in there. It doesn't have to be too smooth, but it really wants to be fairly interesting. We're going to keep the stems and branches here quite strong. They're not going to be undercut, and we're going to run this part around. So make sure you can see these branches to begin with, although they're not going to be quite like that. So you can certainly run a V-tool like that. So you probably need smaller tools to round these over. So don't just chamfer them, bring that right round and down, picking different tools for different shapes. Come right round here like this into this one and down. This one here can be rounded like this, and again might be down into the leaf more. So we round over in between. So what I want you to do is work your way over all the branches, rounding them over like this. Don't worry too much about where they enter the tree. We certainly can alter those later. Round the leaves down so it comes square down the wall into the background here, like that. So all these are square. And then this bit of the top here you can give some more shape to. So all this paper now will be cleared away, and you can start adding depressions and making this a bit more cloud-like. So work your way over all the tree, get this sort of rough shape sorted, ready for the details. So final summing up of this stage here, we're straight down here, not undercut, and into the backing board. So all the way around we have a neat cut where the edge of the tree is now cleaned up. We have it clean but undulating in some sort of way. These bits here can be a little bit unfinished because we're going to put leaves over this area and sort that out. Deep recesses here, but straight down, no undercutting, clean up the bottom. This is the lowest part here of the whole carving. The highest part is still here. This is fairly well faceted, and that's going to be earth and roots, so we don't need to have that too smooth. And again, chopped straight down into here. And then this at the bottom, the banner, does this sort of twist to the plane of the backing board as it gets to the edge here. And of course here is going to be the actual end of the ribbon there. So get it to this stage, and then we can start putting the details into the tree here.